Hello everybody and welcome to this pre-recorded viewer's choice colour along. You all picked Monja Gates, so I went to Monja's store on Etsy, link is in the description, and this is the Water Fantasy Realm 1. These are what jumped out to me at the time and I just thought I loved these images, so these are what I've chosen. Now I'm going to attempt a bit more of a fantasy crab rather than a traditional crab. So this is going to have some traditional elements, i.e. Monja's drawing and where the real parts of it look real. And the colouring part of it is going to be more fantasy. Now there is a purple crab, the crab is going to be purple, so that is going to be realistic, but then I'm going to be putting mother of pearl all underneath here, and that is what we're going to be starting part 1 with. Hopefully we get through a lot of the crab today. It just depends on how much of that I get through with the mother of pearl and how long it takes me. So let's get started with it. I know this is a live premiere, so I am in the chat talking to you all. Hopefully there's a lot of people here chatting already, and I do appreciate you all coming. This is the first time I've done this. I have done a few premieres in the past, but I mean this is where I've done a colour along picked by the viewers, so that'll be good. Now in this I will be having these little cue cards up in the corner so you can see exactly what I'll be using, and I'll also hold it up to the camera where you can see what pencil I'm using. I've no idea. I've got some red paint. It's definitely not blood, but I've got something. I've been putting some, I think it's felt tip pen. Sorry about that everybody. So I'll be holding it up so you can see what I'm using all the time that I'm colouring. So hopefully the zoom, stay there pencil, hopefully I'll be zoomed in enough that everybody can see what I'm doing. Now I'm going to come down with my camera, and as I'm working along this bit I want to be quite close in so you can see, but I'm still on camera. So bear with me a second while I just get this zoom perfect for everyone. Your feedback in the chat would be good for the intro if you felt that was alright. I'm just going to get this perfect now zoomed in for everybody. I'll go one more. It blurs out again. It's so hard trying to find where it's. You've got a temperamental camera, that'll be okay. Yeah, that's perfect. So today we are using the Blackwidows. It is a mixture of the Cobra, Blackwidow, Spider, no that is Spider, so Cobra, Blackwidow, Spider and the Scorpion set, the Monarch set and the skin tones. There is some skin tone colours in here. So you will need all the sets if you're colouring along. If not, you may have to convert your pencils to what they are. Now I'm going to be using first of all a bit of snow, and what I'm going to do here, just where you can see the highlighted areas, I'm just going to pop this in here because I need that to be quite light, and same here. And I just thought that these colour alongs are the best really for me and the viewer watching, and the fun part of it is that you guys have actually picked what I'm doing, so that makes it even more fun. So what we're doing here is light pink, so I'm just going to add some light pink over the top of that, so it takes away that light, I know, but I wanted like a highlighted section. So I'm going to do like one side. If you do hear some background noise, I have a very busy household, so I do apologise. So this is fancy pink. I don't think they're going to stay there if I'm being honest. So what I'm going to do with this mother of pearl, it's just all about blending in, but not You just want it in sections because mother of pearl isn't, it's all quite a blended texture in a mother of pearl. You do get like pieces of darker pigments in the shell, but today we're just going to be, this is now tulip, and I'm going to blend that in as well. I come in with that. And I'm not going to do it on this side because what I want to do then, I don't want to mix purple with yellow, but I am going to mix the purple with the blue. So where we've got the blue, I'm going to come in with Blue Heaven. I think you can just about see that. I don't know what I'm going to do when that runs out. And then we're going to pop this in just in the centre there. And I'm going to be doing kind of like different patterns of it around, so you're going to see kind of different elements of it throughout the page. But then I want some sky, and that I'm just going to go over that white like we did with the pink. I'm just going to go over that white with that there, so it gives us a blue cast to that white. And then we're going to have some peppermint here just at the very top, finishing that off just lightly. And then we're going to come in with lemonade, and I'm going to pop this in down here. And again, it's just all about the blending. And then back in with the green. And then blending that in with Blue Heaven. And I know what I've already done already. I've not been putting my little cue cards out. So in the next one, I will do that. So Blue Heaven. Bet you're all shouting at me in chat now, Shell, you haven't got your cue cards out. So now I've kind of placed it. It looks a bit iridescent, I know. But then we're going to have the light sky, and we're just going to bring that down here. So then on the second layer, I will bring these out now. We've got peppermint. I'm just going to blend back these colours here just a little bit more. And coming up to the top here. And then I'm going to get lemonade. Lemonade, and then blend that in. Because it's all about just blending it so it glides together. This is what iridescent does, and you can have more of a pink iridescent. So some of these might have no green in at all. We shall see. And then we want the pink, which is fancy pink. And then bringing that in there, so that'll kind of blend that in and create a little orange effect. And then I'm going to bring some of my paints out as well for the end of this. I'm just going to bring that up there. And then I want light pink. It's actually quite clear if I just show the pencil, isn't it, on screen, and then say what I'm using. So then the light pink, gonna blend them all together there with that. And then we're going to come back up to the top. Got here, so I need the blue heaven again. It's going to be so much easier if I was staying on the one colour, but I'll keep doing it anyway. So blue heaven, just blending into that pink. Then a bit of tulip. I'm just going in between that blue. I don't want to mix it towards that green because I'll end up with a muddy colour, and we don't want that. I'm just going to add a hint of tulip down here at the bottom. And then sky. Off on here. So then the little bit of peppermint, it goes back on top again. And then what iridescent, it's not iridescent, what Mother of Pearl has as well, what I tend to do with this now, I'm just going to get, where's it gone, medium grey. Now make sure your pencil is sharp, and lightly, all I'm going to do is lightly just put these like thread lines in. You can just slightly see them, and then I'm going to come down this way and add these lines in. And then if you've got a blender or a burnisher, whichever you have, I'm just going to use the Derwent blender. And then from the top, I'm just going to blend that out, and this will give it like, it'll pull that white cast over, pulls that white over. I'm just going to add a bit of snow just in on the top of here, just there as well, and here, so when I burnish that out, we get that light Mother of Pearl effect. And that's kind of how we're going to tackle this. Some may be lighter. So say the next one, I'm going to do the embellishment on her head here. So I'm going to start off with snow on this particular one, and I'm just going to put just around the very edge, all the way around here. Just keep your pressure light. I'm using tone tan paper, so I'm trying to not go too heavy because obviously I'm going to be layering up. And then I want a nice lighter bit in the centre there. Then I want light pink. And then I'm going to come just in front of that white with light pink. And same on this side. So tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to lean on the pad because I think it's not. It's too hard for my board here with just 2 pieces of paper. So I'm just going to lean on my book. I'm sorry about that. It just gives it, just so it's not, when I'm layering up, it's not going down too harsh. And the kind of paddedness of the book stops me putting too heavy of a layer down. So that was light pink. I'm sorry I knocked that off. That was light pink what I'm using. And then I'm going to come in with fancy pink. Just another light layer of pink there. And then I'm going to have lemonade. Come off the pink into that white section. So these first sections should look liner like I've got them. And then I want peppermint. I'll go over that white section with that peppermint. And then we're gonna have, oh no, that wasn't peppermint, sorry. That was Sky. That section I've just done there was Sky. Sorry about that. Now I'm using peppermint. Sorry, I'm getting myself all confused. So now I'm using peppermint here. And I blend that in to that light pink that we used. And then I'm going to bring Tulip. All here. Just in this section here. Just a bit along the side there. More like a side note and a bit probably here. And then Blue Heaven. Just here. Just give us a nice cast of blue. Ooh. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back. I'm not going to use the snow on this one. I'm going to go back with light pink. And I'm going to go over the top of that. I feel like everything's moving. I'm going to go over the top of this. And then I'm going to get my fancy pink again. I think it's going to be much easier. I'm spending more time picking these up, aren't I? I'm putting them there. And then I'm going to lightly blend that pink out. So you'll start changing your colours a bit here when you start blending these out. So a bit of that pink might come out a bit more. And then we're going to bring in lemonade. And then I may spread that out a little bit more. Just nice and light, nothing too heavy. Just nice and light layers. Then we have the Sky. And that was here. So we're just going to blend this down here out. And then we want Tulip. I'm going to blend that. just like that. You're going to get this nice rainbowed effect. And then we've got peppermint. And then back to light pink. And then now I'm just going to sharpen this grey on my swordfish because I want it really, really sharp. It's not sharp enough. Just avert your ears a second. So I'm just going to come down with these lines and I'm going to press in. There's my medium grey sign. I'm going to press in places and then lighten off in other places. This helps, like I said on that other one, just to give it texture. And across like this. And it's like, oh, why are you doing that? But honestly, it just works. And then bring back snow. Just for this part. I'm going to add snow back in here and here. When I come to bring the blender pencil in, it'll pick that light back up. So back in with the blender. And then it just gives it back that milky haze and then blends all them colours in. So you shouldn't see any blend lines. Shouldn't see any harsh lines, and all that grey does is keeps that texture as well to the mother of pearl that you see in the shell when you get it. Oops. How many people have done that before and blew it away, blew all the little tags and notes away? So then when you've done that, let me show you this, what I did. So I showed this a lot of people in my chat on, this is what it'll look like, but we'll be putting the highlights in at the very end and the little pearlised paint just to give it more of a authentic look. But basically that's what we're going to do all along the bottom of here. So I'm going to move on to the next bit, and this one I think I'm going to do a little more of a green mother of pearl, just so it give it a bit of a difference. So in with snow, and then this one we're going to have peppermint. Sorry if that's going through anybody. So in with peppermint on this one. So we're going to switch it up a bit. In with peppermint. And then we're going to have some sky in this one as well. So we're going to go around this side with sky. And just in between the two of them, we're going to have Blue Heaven. In between the two here. Which will give us a nice little mother of pearls. You get it in, there's like a pink mother of pearl, a blue mother of pearl. You know, it's a shell at the end of the day and they're all unique. So what I want to do, I'm just going to bring in just some light pink. I don't want to add any pink in, but I'm going to add a tiny bit of purple, I think, as well, Just want to bring in some light pink just to that centre bit. And as I'm putting it down, I'm kind of like stretching it out so we get that line shelly effect. Shell. So let's have a see. I want a bit of tulip, a little bit of tulip. I'm just going to add just flashes of it about mainly down here. Okay, so then I'm going to come in with my grey. I'm just going to put some flashes of these lines in, which is mid grey. These have had to make these swatches quickly because I do have some cue cards for my Blackwidows, but I've not done the monarchs in them, so just to make it easy. Got all these around here, I shouldn't have them all there like that. Let me just put these colours I'm using over here. Should put them back. There's colours everywhere and people are not going to know what I'm using. It's going to be very confusing. So medium grey, and now I'm using my burnisher. And I'm going to burnish them in. I'm going just in an up and down motion, just so them grey lines that I've put in give it that broken shell look. Not broken shell, how can I explain it? Because my phone, I've not even got my phone on. But if you look at a mother of pearl shell, there's like divots in the shell, and that is what I'm trying to create with that. Let me just get some of that blue heaven. And I'm just going to come along here with that. Just along the very top. It'll stand out anyway once we get the purple of the shell on. But I think it's going to look so cute. You could probably pass off this as either iridescent or a mother of pearl. I'm going for mother of pearl, but so on this one I'm going to do a more pinky one. So I'm going to put all around the edges here. I'm going to have snow, and where we've got the edges down here, and have a bit of snow here and under here where the highlight is. And I'm just keeping it in an up and down fashion. I'm not flicking, but I'm also not scumbling. I'm going up and down in a nice, just so we keep that line effect. I want it to look like we've got ridges and lines in it. So next up I want light pink. I'm going to add this in up and down. Hopefully you can all see what I'm doing. So it's not exactly scumbling, but it's also, I'm not flicking. I'm just going up and down, and this is going to help bring that effect I want. But on along this edge here, I want it quite a harsh, light part of the shell. And then I'm going to bring that down. So then I want fancy pink. Because this one's going to be a pinkier shell. I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to come down towards that light pink that we've just put in. I just hope that my light's not taking that colour away that we're after. So doing here, we're going to have that pink in there as well. And then I'm just going to put tulip in it. They're all going to be different. Each bit that I do, I'm not going to do it uniform. It's going to be different. May have flashes of the green and blue in. I don't know. I'll just go with what I feel. I'm just going in where the shadow is, what Monja's put in. I'm using this tulip in there. In fact, I'm going to put a flash of blue heaven in as well. I'm just going to put some flashes of that in. I thought something was crawling at me then. It was a piece of shaving. So just a few flashes of blue in this. And that's just because I felt like putting that in. And because I'm very much like that. If I was sat here at home, it would probably go through many different motions before it actually turns out what colour I want it to be. So an hour in to this recording, I'll be doing a giveaway. Just a heads up, there will be a giveaway. So I'm just going to add a little bit of SKYE in, I think, just for a cast of turquoisey green. I don't want loads of it in, just a tiny little bit. And then I'm going to go back in with grey. But if you followed my background series, you know I try and not complicate things, because I don't do complicated, so I don't want to complicate anybody else. So in with my medium grey, I'm just going to pop that on this side because I just need to be on this angle. And I'm going to come down, pressing in places. No regular pattern, I'm just flashing it in. You see what I'm doing there? Just flashing darker areas in and then lightening off, and then just coming back across this way, just like that. And I'm hoping that this is just keeping that mother of pearl shell effect in there. Then back with my snow. I feel like them on MasterChef. You always watch MasterChef in the set, my onion and my piece of beef. That's what I feel like I'm doing with my pencils. So snow again, I just want to emphasise this section under here. And because we've done it pink, I need to bring back fancy pink. A little bit. Where these shadows are. Oops. And then back to light pink. And then we get the burnisher out, and I'm going to blend that grey in, and hopefully it will pick out that snow colour that I've used, and it'll blend these colours in nicely. And back across this way. So yeah, you all know, if you follow me live, you all know that my house can get a bit of background noise, so if you do hear it, I'm sorry. So this is where it's casting off, kind of from this rainbow into this pinky kind of mother of pearl. And then I think on this side I'm going to do, because this is casting off blue, I'm going to do a blue kind of colour. So back in with snow, and I want snow across there on the tips of here, and then in a section here. As I always like working with my highlights first. I just think that's easier. So then I want peppermint, so it's going to be very similar to this here actually. Peppermint, and then I might do another rainbow type of one. I'll bring peppermint out from the centre. And then into Sky, which I've lost. There we go, there's Sky. So then bring Sky in. Add that into the centre. I just had to double check then that I was definitely recording, had my sound on, because last time I did this I did it without my sound on, and then I had to stress out the tulips that I did. I stressed out them because I then have to do voiceover and they're taking me absolutely ages to do. So I'm adding blue heaven in here, and I'm just keeping that same direction. I'm going to add some tulip in as well. Just randomly in the middle of that. And some of these little tail bits here. So back in with snow in the centre. Kind of just doing this is like a blend. The only reason I'm putting a second layer on is to blend it out and just to smush all them colours together. If you were using like a Prisma, you could probably achieve this in like one layer. So long as you're just seeing them all blend into each other, that's the effect you want. You don't want to have any harsh lines unless you're purposely leaving any pigmented lines in. So like I've used, where you can see the blue heaven here, you see where I flicked, quite pressed in quite hard in places, because I just want to leave a bit of a blue pigment line. Like I could go back with tulip here and I could put some threads of tulip in, or I've got here, just see if this is a bit, no, where are you? There. So I've got deep purple here for an example. I could do it on this side, deep purple, and I could just kind of, you know, just give it spots of character, as I'll call it. But they're all finishing off bits, we'll do that in a second, but just to prove my example with that bit there, I'll do that when we've finished. So I'll just get Blue Heaven back, and And then my grey pencil, medium grey. Then putting some up and then some across. So not as many on this one. And then my blender. Hopefully it'll bring out that colour. And it just smooths the colour out. And we'll work on shadows and stuff once we've finished that. So just bear with me for 2 seconds. Sorry about that, I had to go and put my heating on. So 43 minutes in, so we'll be doing that giveaway shortly, so make sure everyone is in chat. So I think I want to kind of bring this back into a rainbow type of colour on the shell, and I'm gonna actually, now I'm looking at it, I just want to bring in some of that green into this here. So let me just, I've only used a blender, so it should, in theory, I'm using peppermint just to bring a bit of, you know, it's kind of flowing from that to that. So I just want it to pick up a little bit of that green in that bit, just a tiny little bit. I mean, you might not even notice it, to be honest. I can see it just a little bit, and then I'll have some here too. Yeah, that's much better. That's definitely much better. Okay, so let me do the little one underneath. So I'm going to add snow in here. I'm going to do blue heaven in this one. It's like a bit of a blue mother of pearl. And then I'm going to bring in Sky. And then Peppermint. Just in that centre section. And then a tiny bit of Tulip. Just at the top of here. Give us a nice little purple cast to it. Just in that top corner there. Come back with Sky. We'll have a bit of snow back for that centre. Tiny bit of grey. I'm just going to pull this down kind of like medium grey. I'm going to go with the bevel of the diamante. And then I'm going to blend it out. I'm going to put the silver parts in, so these are all going to be silver. It'll look amazing, I think. So let me just blend out some of them what I added in. So I just added some of that peppermint in, didn't I? I just want to blend that out. I think when I come to putting the crab's purpliness on, it's going to look fantastic. So let's get a bit of rainbow back in it. So I'm going to start off with our snow again. So I'm going to have just a section in the centre there, because our highlighted areas are getting a little bit less of as it gets towards this bit. So then we're going to have our light pink. So at the end of this, we'll have done it that many times, you will be a pro at a mother of pearl. So I'm going to come in with light pink all around that snow that we've just put down, and keep travelling your pencil in an up and down fashion. So don't be tempted to scumble. I'm going up and down with it, and it helps just keep that line in it that we're after for this shell effect, or a textured shell effect. So one side I'm going to go towards the pink. I'm going to go off pink up this side, and that'll go off up into purple. And then this side, this will be a bit of 20 million colours on screen at once in a second. I want yellow coming off this side. And then this side I'm going to have a bit of sky blue, or sky. I'll rough up here with that sky as well. And then I want tulip. And that'll go in under here. I'm bringing tulip underneath this bit as well. And then I want blue horizon. I keep calling it horizon, it's blue heaven. Blue heaven. I'm going to press on a little bit in between here. Kind of flash it over that purple. And on the other side of that. And it'll turn green as I put it into this in here anyway. And bring back sky. I'll blend them colours out. Peppermint. Lemonade. And then our good old Tanya's favourite pink, Fancy Pink. And then lastly, Tulip for that top corner. So yeah, you could use this as a pastel iridescent if you wanted to as well. Back in. Oh. It would help if I actually put my pencils back on my desk and not miss the desk. Snow. So back with snow in that centre section and in that top section there. And then I'm going to put my medium grey in. Nice, just little flicks towards the end again, and then some just coming this way, just random. And then our blender. And the aim with mother of pearl is to get it so it just transitions into the next colour. So your aim is to get you don't want to see any harsh lines, you just want it to go straight into the next colour. So that is looking, I'm loving it. It's looking exactly how I imagined in my head. We've got to travel all the way over here. So we've got 5 minutes to the giveaway. I'm just wondering how I'm going to do it, because my phone is off. So I'm thinking, how am I going to do this giveaway? How am I going to do my random.org? Tell you what, 2 minutes. I will go and plug my phone in. 2 seconds. I'm just going to plug it in, and then I can get some charge in it. Okay, that'll get a good 10% in it, because we've got 5 more minutes to do that. So let's finish this side. Let's do a pinkier one again. So snow, and I'm going to go right here with snow. And then our light pink. Just keep your lines straight up and down with your pencil. Going slightly into that snow. And then going in with Fancy Pink. Oh, I nearly went in with Tulip then. Fancy Pink. Just need light pink back for a second. So that there is a perfect example of too harsh of a line. So I'm going to try and blend that out. We don't want that harsh line in it. There we go. I ended up with that harsh line because I scumbled and didn't do what I was supposed to do, which just straight lines. So tulip in here. I'm going to bring some tulip in this section here. Back to light pink for a second. And then just a bit of snow because I've missed these very tips with the white. Actually, the this snow white for on this toned grey paper is really good actually. So then I'm going to get a bit of Blue Heaven, tie in from the colour before, and just add this in down here as well. Just going to be mindful of add a bit of blue into this bit here as well. Again, just that up and down movement, that's all we want. Up and down. That's just not sounding right at all, is it? That didn't come out my mouth. Let's just scrap what I just said there. Just kind of it's like a flick, I suppose. I'm flicking. I am flicking. I'm back in with light pink. And let's just blend some of that out with that. And then a bit of snow again. Snow in the middle. And then we want our medium grey. I'm just going to put some lines in there. I'm not going to put too many in. They're getting smaller, these spaces, and I don't want it to look too grey. And then we're going to burnish them. I hope this is close enough in for everybody because I'm worried that I'm not close enough in. And the reason as well with this, the grey lines that I'm putting in, Mother of Pearl has a grey metallic kind of cast as well. So that helps give that effect. I'll just bob some snow back in the middle of that there. It's just lost a bit of its lightness. Okay, so let me just go and see if I've got enough charge on my phone to do the giveaway. And that is going to be a PDF from Monja herself. So the winner will have to just choose a single PDF image from Monja's store on Etsy. So I'd like to thank Monja for allowing us to have a giveaway in the first place. She's so amazing and so grateful that she does so much for the colouring community, and also that her images are just outstanding and out of this world. So thank you, Monja. So whoever wins just needs to check out Monja's images, any single PDF from Monja's store, and email me your choice. But I will explain that again at the end when we've chosen a winner. But I just wanted to thank Monja for that, because I just think it's so nice for her to give something away for free. So thank you very much, Monja. Okay, so I'm just turning my phone on. I got 8% on it. So the rules for the giveaway, if you've all read them anyway, but I will read them out for anyone that's not. We'll be picking, you have to pick a number between 1 and 100. You need to wait till I write go, go, go in the chat. You have to stick with the number that you've entered. So if you put a number in and think, oh, I didn't want that number, don't retract it, because then you won't be able to add another number, because the mod will take retractions down. So please think of the number first and then add it into the chat. Please don't chat whilst the numbers are going up, just so we've got a nice section in the chat to go back and see who's won. It's easier to just tread back through the numbers. If there is multiple entries of the winning number, so if 96 comes out and 3 of you's got 96, it will be the first person that entered 96 in the chat that will get it. Make sure that you are in live chat and not top chat when you're entering your numbers. Once the winning number is announced, it is the closest to that number without going over. If, say, I get 10 and there's no one below 10, I'll draw the number again. Moderators and myself will check and confirm for the winner. So good luck, everybody, and thank you to Monja for letting us do this lovely giveaway. She's so amazing, honestly she is. I only asked her what crab she used for inspiration, and she's like, you can do a giveaway. She's so, honestly, for this community she's given so much, and for that we thank her really much for it. So thank you, Monja, if you do watch this. If not, I have thanked you anyway, but just from here and the video's perspective, I thank you so much for doing it. So let's get on with the giveaway. So Shell, in the chat, please write go, go, go. So I'll take this off. So I can do the timer for 2 minutes. You've got 2 minutes. Just take this off screen just in case there's anything on there I don't want people to see. You've got 2 minutes. I'll put the timer up. I've got a timer on here. I'm just trying to work out my new phone. I've always had a Samsung. So stopwatch, no timer. So I want 2 minutes. So let's just put 1 minute and 40 seconds now, because I've been talking to you for about 20 seconds, maybe more. So we've got 1 minute 40. Let's start it. You can see that counting down. So that's how long you've got to go into the chat. And whilst that is counting down, please keep your numbers going in the chat. There we go. Whilst that's going in the chat, I'm just going to do this last little one down here. So get all your numbers in. Even if you're lurking, you're allowed to put the numbers in. Moderators are allowed to put the numbers in, so please don't think you can't be part of the entry, because you can. It's for everybody. So that's snow, and then I want peppermint. Have I done 1 hour there? I bet I have, you know. Let me just do 1 more minute. There we go. We've got 1 more minute left. Peppermint. I don't believe I'd just put an hour in. That would have, could you imagine? That would have been end of the stream. So then I want Sky. I'm going to take that off because there's some messages coming through and I don't know what people's seen. of my messages there. All my notifications are coming through. So that's that flicking kind of technique. I'm just going to bring that over that a bit. I think that stopped. So we've got 5 seconds remaining. So I'm going to put in stops, stop, stop now. So Shell, get that in. Okay, so let's go to, so once everyone's got it in, I'll just give you a few minutes after stop, stop, stop's gone in, because I know there can be a lag. So I'm thinking, do I pre-record? Yeah, because you can't go forward, can you? I'm not too sure about that, so Shell will put the number in the chat there, the winning number. That's a bit weird to do it like that, because obviously you'll have to just trust me. With that one, because I don't know if you can fast forward the premiere, so I don't want, I know no one would do that, but you never know. Tulip. So Shell will draw the number actually on the night. So congratulations to whomever the winner was. But whoever wins, can you please contact me on Yahoo mail on shellarty@yahoo.com. I will put the link in the chat for the winner. So congratulations to whoever won. It's very exciting. So just go over to Monja's page. Link is in the description, and no doubt I've put it in the chat by now. Pick your single PDF image from Monja's shop, and then email me your choice, and I will, and your contact email or your best contact email, and I will pass that on to Monja, and she will email you your image. So congratulations whoever it was. Woohoo! So we've got just over an hour, just under an hour to finish this part of the crab, so hopefully it won't take much longer than what I'm doing now. So I just need snow back. And then the blue heaven just on that there. I'm going to add a bit more blue heaven just in this section here, just so we're bringing in the blue, you know, from the other side. And that's the last bit of that. So I want another rainbow section here. So what I'm going to do, while this is quite a big one, want snow back, and I'm going to kind of travel that centre bit of snow, because we have another bit on this bit. And then I'm going to track this bit here as well with the snow. And then I want, they keep going to the light pink. They're not going missing, I'm just looking past it. So then I'm going to add in the light pink in between that. fancy pink. The fancy pink coming down here into there. And then lemonade. Going into that pink there. And into that centre section. And then that's going to go into peppermint. Which is then going to run a bit of fancy pink again. Just in there. And then into tulip. And then into blue heaven. And bring blue heaven in here. And bring it a little cast of it off the edge of that pearl there. I think I'm going to have it come off the top of this pearl here as well. And then sky. It can come in between them there too. And then I'm going to come back with fancy pink. And just try and blend some of that out. Still going up and down. And then lemonade. I'll go into that pink, which will make a cast of an orange. Into there it'll bring a cast of green, but it just blends it all in nicely. And we're into that blue a bit. Have some tulip. Let's have some snowback. I know I've been quite adventurous here, but I just thought I need to, because I can explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it, I just feel like I could take it that little bit further. If that makes sense. Because I know on live streams they're amazing and we all chat and have fun. But they can be just putting the lines in that we've done on all the others. May have burnished this one a little bit too much with all the colours, but we'll see. I just think because I can tell you exactly what I'm doing like I did in the background, I can be a little bit more adventurous. So let me just sharpen this blender. So let me just mute you a second while I do this because it's so loud. That's the first time I've ever sharpened a pencil and in my swordfish, and it actually didn't stop. Look how long that is. So, oh, there we go. Not shell if I don't break a tip. Shell arty, breaker of tips, slayer of name, and gob on legs. I used to remember when every time I said that, the amount of laughing faces that came up in chat. Okay, so we've got a rainbow on there, and then that's ending on a pinky blue. So we're going to do a pinky blue one. So back with snow. And I know everyone, I've done a bit of it. Why did I get a little lump? Just 1 second. Oh, there's like there we go, got it out the paper. There's some kind of like imperfection in the paper there. Oh, we'll have to just hope that don't rip the paper when I do that in a second. So I'm just going to put that in there like so. That was snow, and then because I've ended with a bluey purple, I'm going to do a blue one. So I'm going to come away from the snow with peppermint. I love this peppermint, it's a gorgeous colour. So I'm going to go lightly over the top of it, and then sky. Then blue heaven, and just where these shadows are is where I'm going to add that. I'm going to add some purple into this, obviously. So bring out tulip. I mean, you could do it all like the turquoise and blues or just the pink, but I just wanted to try and get all the different colours of mother of pearl in one. But I'm just hoping when I do a shell, that's going to really pop. That's what I'm hoping for. So that's part of his leg there, so I don't want to get in with that. Let's get some fancy pink in on this side, just so I can add in. I can do this side pink, then you see. Them look blended quite nicely. I'm going to come in with my medium grey and put my lines in. And if you like it without putting the lines in, I just think it gives it that grey cast where it needs it and just helps that texture a bit more. So then back in with snow, just so the blender can lighten it up again. And just along this edge here. And then you're just using the blender. Just in lines. I'm not scumbling, I'm just going towards the top and then back down towards the bottom. That just helps blend it in. It's looking really good. Thinking I want to do like a yellowy greeny one. So back in with snow. I'm going to do a yellowy greeny one. So I'm going to lightly come in with lemonade, only literally lightly. We're going to go over the top of that white. And I'm not going to use peppermint. I'm going to jump to Skye because the yellow will give us that green anyway. We're putting Skye in. Back to lemonade a second. Oh no, I think have I been putting the cue cards out of view? I bet I have, you know. That's what happens when I zoom in. I shouldn't zoom in. I might have to go over that all now. I don't think it'll matter. Well, it will because there'll be people watching it back. I don't believe it. I'm going to get mad at myself now. So, Blue Heaven. Because I think all them have been out of shot. Should have put them over here. So, I'm really sorry. I feel another imperfection in that paper there, which is rather bizarre. I've never come across that in this ARTEZA paper before. So I'm going to have to go back through this video now and add it in, which is not what I wanted to do. I'm going to add a little bit of a lemonade in this here, just for a little cast of it. Now I added green in, but I'm just adding a bit of yellow in as well. Okay, let's get some tulip going in this one. Okay, and then medium grey for our lines. Remember, go up. See them, and then I just travel them lengthways in like a zigzaggy, not a like this, but just a light kind of ununiform pattern. And then you know the rigmarole by now. In with a bit of snow for the middle bit with the highlighted bit, and then come down with our burnisher. It just gets rid of them lines, but they kind of stay at the same time. If that makes, you'll see if you're following along with me, you'll see what I mean. So I've done two, so I definitely need to do a pink in that last one. So snow's already out. And then light pink. And then fancy pink. That's a claw there, so this will be definitely the last of the colours. And then we want tulip. tulip down here. And then I'm going to add in some blue heaven. So I think now I've got my phone on, I can show you what I add in it to get this from. Let me just quickly show you, because I think it even looks, I don't even need to put that shine effect on because we've kind of got it anyway, just from the colour pencils. It just looks, I just take some of that shine off. That's what it should be looking like. Because I know the shine gets it, it already kind of looks iridescent, but that's how it looks. See if I can turn my camera down. My lighting, sorry. And that's going up. Yeah, so that's the lighting off, so it shouldn't be reflecting any reflection, and that's how it kind of looks. So that's going to look really good. But at the minute it's reflecting a lot off my light. So what I'm going to do now, I need to put the grey in, put the lines in. This one's quite a dark one anyway. And then we need to burnish that out. So then with Blackwidow, what I need to do, where have you gone from Blackwidow? You all know what I'm like for my shadows. So let me just show you the mother of pearl I think I had in my gallery. It's somewhere. So this is the mother of pearl that I took it from. So I think if I put it across there, I think I've got a good likeness of many of them. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get black, I'm going to get deep purple, I should have, just wondering if I've got, let me just write this on here quickly. I'm going to need a dark blue. I'll just get a dark blue out. I'm going to do grape. No, that's too deep purple. Let me turn that around. I need more of a royal blue. There we go. Put grape back before I get confused. So just from looking at that shell, I'm going to use storm blue. Just because I didn't have one out for storm blue. Let's get a nice point on these. So with storm blue and deep purple, I'm just going to go along in places. So this is storm blue, and I'm going to add in some darker, just some darker flicks. You see that there? The light reflection is quite bad. I'll just turn it down. That better? I'm just going to add this in random places. Just helps with that texture again. Very sharp pencil for this bit. And because you've only blended, you've not burnished it, it's still allowing you to put bits of other colour on top. So for example, we might do like a thick blue veiny bit here. And that's just this section. So what I'm doing here, can you see with the you see with these sections, so we've got some nice dark blue and purpley bits, but I'm using what we've got here for that. And the blue sections were kind of want that. It's just going to bring that shell effect to life a bit more. This one can be quite blue here, because why not? We can have a blue section here. Just following kind of where Monja's put a bit more darker grey is where I'm putting this storm blue. And when you stand back and look at it, trying to knock some of that glare off just so you can see how it looks. Tell you what, I will put the reference picture up in the top corner, just so you know what I'm basing it off. And that's another thing I'll do in these colour alongs, that if I do that, if I do colour from reference, I'm going to start putting the reference picture up that I use. I don't think I can get done for copyright, I don't know. So now I'm just going to leave room for this one. Where have you gone? That deep purple. So deep purple I've already got. So I'm just going to sharpen that actually to a nice neat point. And then this side where we've got the pinky purples, I'm just going to add this in. So that's his claw there. Just pick up, kind of like I said, where Monja's just put a bit of her greys in, just stick it in there. But I'm just putting it in that same line effect that we've been doing, you know, throughout the colouring. Is just adding in these bits where they're needed. Just going to put a bit of purple just off the bottom of there. Same down here. And just put lines coming away from it so it fades off out into that shell. A bit in here. Just love it with the light off, and then I could see it without that glare on it. Just helps me see where I need to go, because it's just reflecting off here a little bit. Yeah, that's definitely the effect I wanted. So now I'm just going to do this, the grey steel or the metal, because all its little, these here and here, here are all going to be silver. Bless me. Okay, and then with a very sharp Blackwidow, hopefully, and I'm just literally light touch, very light touch. It's just to give a cast shadow. From these what are sticking out. And we need that just so it doesn't look flat on the page. If you don't want to use black, then just use the dark blues that I've used. You could do that, but I'm a black fan, so I kind of like to use my blacks. And because I'm only lightly going over it, you can still see the colour through the black, but it's just give it that shadow that we need to bring it out. And when we've done the finished piece, I'll add all the other shadows in that the feet cast here. So just sharpen up this edge around these pearls. And then we're just going to put a shadow on this side here. And then down in here we're going to have a shadow. And down in there. Okay. Let's just come out with this one a little bit. The only thing I find weird is I can't do a sound check with people, so I'm just hoping that it sounds okay. If I tilt that out, see what I mean now? Just take it away from the harshness of that light. And it helps. So the light is reflecting up because she's got a shadow here. All her face is light. She's got a shadow just under here, but majority of it is actually light. So this would have shadows this side of these pearls, and then we'd have a shadow on this side of here, just there ever so slightly. And then here. Around these balls. And it's going to be under these little claws here. This little claw here is going to cast a shadow here and down here, just like that. And then just going to put a little shadow there and here. These are cast shadows, so this is when the light hits that and it forms the shadow behind it. And then we're going to have some more behind these ones here. So I'm fighting with the blur on the page. I'll just turn that out. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm so happy with that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do the stone here. So I'm still working with Blackwidow, and I'm going to go in here pressing into that gap. So we've got just see if I can change the no, I think that's going to be the best one, isn't it? Sorry, I'm going to leave that there so you know which one I'm using, because I need to turn my page. If that's the light's coming up, it's going to cast a shadow in this part of the gem at the top. I'm going to get like a little cast just here from that rim. And these again just help it get that 3D effect when it comes to let's do the silver. add dim grey on as well. Dim grey. Okay, so dim grey and medium grey and snow is what we're going to use to make our silver. Let me get that out. So I'm going to go in with our medium grey first, and I'm going to put that in all, no I'm not, ignore me. I'm just going to sharpen snow. I'm going to go in with my highlights first. So everywhere we've got a highlight is where I'm going to add snow in this grey. So all around here, and this is going to cast a shadow of light here. They're all going to be dark. Okay, then I'm going to go into medium grey, which is our darkest grey. Add in everywhere I need to add that. That must be a reflective highlight, that there. I'm going to turn my page a little bit like that just so you can see what I'm doing. I can't actually. That's a bit better if you actually put it all the way up there. Oh, the light's driving me nuts. It's giving me too much of a shadow now. So, keeping up with the medium grey anyway. And a bit adding the black in too, which will help define the different areas as well. But I'm basically just going where Monja's put her grayscale. So they're the eyes. So I don't really want to put any grey into them. So they're going to be obviously where the eyes are going. So then I want dim grey. And that's going to then blend into snow. I'm just going to go over the top of that snow with this. I'm just going to have to keep pulling it out like that so you can see. So then I want to highlight them areas now with the low light, should I say, with the black. It's a low light highlight. And this will help with that chrome effect that I'm after. It's a little bit better. Get this lighting sorted out yet, won't I? Down in here is going to be quite dark. And that's going to have a pearl bead in there. Then just in the very corners, in the creases. It's got to be where the Blackwidow goes. And then up here. I just could never get good lighting, can I? I just don't know what. It's either too bright or it's too and I've got it at the back of the camera as well. It's not even in front of the camera, so I don't know. But you can see that there, can't you? So then I just need to highlight this bit up there and go in behind this pearl here. And the rest of that pearl will be done on part 2, I think. And I'll come back with, just a second, keep Blackwidow again. Need this bit here. And then this side here. Much better. Let's do his eyes. Right, so the eyes are cinnamon, green tea and light bronze. So, cinnamon. There we go. So our brightest colour, which is green tea. And we're on the lightest bits of the eye. I think I need to record things in daylight. The darker it's gone, the worse it's gone. Light bronze is on the rest of it. And then if I just sharpen cinnamon to a lovely point. Kind of goes around the eye itself. And just following the textures of the grayscale that Monja's put in to that eye. I didn't put my cue card up again. I'm very sorry, cinnamon. I'm terrible. This side seems to be more greener. And then I want light bronze again. And then poke it through. You need a bit of green tea. And have a bit of snow just on the very tips of his eye here. Okay, and just before I go off, I'm just going to show the iridescent to the paint I want. So these are my paints, what I've made. I've shown them off before. So I'm just gonna. So these are what I've made myself. My first ever practice batch. So I'm just gonna get my Monja brush. And I'm going to put these three here, what I've made is just a blue pearlised on its own. There's no colour in them, they're just blue pearlised, green and pink. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a blob of water in each. Just to get them activated. I'm going to take some of them out. It's got a lot in there. So all I'm going to do I'm just going to choose random, and I'm just going to put it over just like that. It won't do anything to the pencils underneath. All it'll do is just give it a cast of it. You see, when I drop it down it will look like that. So then I want to just put some on the end of here, and then maybe this blue one I'm just going to put some like lines of it in, you know, so it's not all, not going OTT with it. Just drop it in. So if I then move it to this one, which is like a goldy one, because this is quite gold, I'm going to put that right in the centre there, and then of that one, and then dot that about. When I knock the light off, it just looks like my pencil. I'll show you when it's dry. Actually, it's a lot easier to show you when it's dry, isn't it? Let me show you when it's dry. So in here I'm just going to mix the two in this one, and all along the edges there I'm just going to activate just the edge of that crown. This one's yellow here, so I'm going to add that in there. So there's no pigment, just the pearlised in these. And this is the same colour, that pink in with a light gold, but that's just the normal pearlised colour. So everywhere I've got a greeny, I'm going to put that. But I do think it had this effect anyway. Let me just get this pink going. There's not too much water in that. So where we've got pink, we'll add the pink one. Little flashes of pink. It's just going to look really bright in a minute, but I'm just going to dry it in a second and then you'll see what it's like. Have some pink on that green. Oh, and we need some on this bit here. Okay, let me just go and dry that off. You just add a bit into this, break this up a little bit. That's too blue. Right, let me just go and dry it off, and then I'll show you that you can still see the colours through it. Okay, so that's dry. So out of that light, if I just put that up to there, it's just like it was before. And then obviously that's probably a little bit too bright on there, but you can see what it's done. But the colour in itself is still exactly how it was. Turn the lighting down. Is that going down or up? There, but you get my drift anyway. So I don't think we're going to have time to do the crab today, so I think that's the other part of the crab today. I think that is going to be on part 2 with the pearls, and then part 3 is going to be the hair and the skin, I think. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that. That's ended up, it's too bright. I've got a light that's too bright now and not a light that's not bright enough. Well, let me move that out of there. Let me lift it up. My lighting up. And I'll move it around. So there you go. See, that's what it looks like without the light hitting it, and then obviously with your iridescent you get in that shell effect you get with mother of pearl. I probably should have put it on a bit better than I have actually. But you can see what I mean. It's just a transparent kind of pearlized pigment that I've made there with my paints. So I hope you've enjoyed part 1 of that. I know it doesn't look very much, but it's a lot of work what we've put there. It's just going to shine everyone's eyes out, that, isn't it? So thanks very much everyone for watching. I am very sorry if I've gone out of shot with some of them cue cards. I hope I didn't. I will go back and check. If I have, I'll put the names up in the bottom corner down here for you if I've done that out. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and part 2 will be uploaded in the week. I'll just keep continuing doing it and uploading it after it within the week. So I'll get on colouring it obviously after the stream, but you'll see it at another part, if that makes sense. Well, thanks everyone for watching. If you're still here 2 hours 10 minutes later, and I will see you for part 2, which will be uploaded soon. Bye everyone. Thank you for coming. Thanks for mods for helping, as you always do. Thanks everybody in chat for having a great chat. Thanks everybody for lurking. Enjoy the rest of your weekend if you've still got weekend to come, and enjoy your week if it's Monday already. Bye everybody. Bye.